I've lived on Whit Lane all my life.
I've lived on Whit Lane for about 34 years.
What did you think when you first moved to Whit Lane?
Well, I found it was a very good, close-knit community. I thought it was a really nice community to live in. A lot of changes have happened. I liked it.
Right, so how long have you lived on Whit Lane, Graham?
Oh, all my life. Well, not all my life. I moved around here in, I think it was 1971 or something like we moved around here.
Oh, that's a long time.
And yeah, it is a long time. And where we came from Low Broughton, which was slum clearance. We had no hot water, no indoor toilets, anything. So when we moved on Whit Lane, it was actually like moving into a palace, to tell you the truth. It was brilliant.
I've lived in Whit Lane for 6 years now, and I finally moved down to Castle.
So what was it like when you first moved around here?
The first few, like 2 years, they were quite hard. Yeah, my kids got bullied a lot personally, and we were not settled well in Whit Lane for the past 2 years. But eventually, as years went by, I got involved in so many organisations, and that helped us a lot as a family, and we got out there and got over it. And the last 4 years have been lovely.
Do you think it's improved?
I think it's improved better than it was, but a lot of that's just a lot of investment. Well, I think more should have invested in Whit Lane by things like the regeneration program and New Deal. But I think that community's grown even stronger than ever because of things what have happened in the area, such as like demolition, around the houses, changes in the area, regeneration. So yeah, I think it's gone stronger and better.
Do you think that kids around here go in the right way?
I think I've always said the Whit Lane over the years with the young people anyway, I thought it was a bit of tearaways when I was telling the truth. But as I've grown older, I think that community, all the youth around there are stronger through things like the Ember Project and the youth club. I think young people are better now around the area. I'm more safe around there anyway.
What are your hopes for the future?
What are your hopes for the future?
Hopes for the future, more investment in that area, because that's what people want. Want more new development, new houses, new social housing, make it a more better, safer community really.
Okay, thanks.
Actually had toilets downstairs and upstairs, running hot water. First time in our lives, all my family would be able to have hot baths in the house instead of like running a hot bath. And as well as that, we actually had toilets in there, because what we used to do when we lived obviously in the slums or down Low Broughton is we had to go outside in the middle of the night to the toilet. So this is a really nice place to move into when we first moved around here.
So what are the bad points about Whit Lane, would you say?
I'd say probably the biggest bad point about Whit Lane is the way they designed it, the estates and that, and the amount of open space that's been, or not open space, how in some respects it's been left to decline, and not enough investment's been put in, like the football pitch has just been left alone. Everywhere you go you see a multi-use games area. In this area there's nothing like that, and then they wonder why young people get in trouble when they've got nothing to do.
So what are the good points about it?
The good points about round here is, for as long as I can remember, there's always been a good community feeling around here. Things go wrong, people help out each other, neighbours are really good. Lots of really, really intelligent young people who live around here as well, who've got some hopes and aspirations. I could go on and on actually about the good things about Whit Lane, because there's quite a lot of them, but I think the biggest one is how in some respects the community's managed to stay intact throughout all that time, and there's families and people have lived on these estates now for 30 years, and they've actually developed some really good relationships with other people, which enables them actually to leave the doors open and stuff like that. I mean, I go to people's houses, the doors are never locked, and that says something to me about an estate and the perception of the estate.
So what are your hopes for the future of Whit Lane?
Well, I'm hoping when they redesign it, that they redesign it the right way this time, but more importantly include things in the design such as maybe multi-use games areas, stuff for young people to do rather than expect them to walk. The nearest football pitch from this estate is about a mile away, over the red path which isn't lit well, over the river. It's quite far for young people to go. That's daunting, that for me, for a parent. If I was a parent, I wouldn't allow my kids to go that far to the football pitch. So that's a fact, things like that need to change around here. There need to be stuff like that. Maybe even investing in some form of not just houses but employment opportunities, employment companies. Lovely riverside there, bars, cafes, things that tend to do well at the side of the river. So, you know, my hopes and aspirations are quite a lot for this area when it all gets done up.
Okay, thanks very much, Ryan.
Well, ages ago I wanted to move off it, but now I feel actually a lot better about Whit Lane.
So you'd stay here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not planning to move, so you're planning to stay here?
Well, when I'm like 20 I might.
You might move, yeah.
Yeah.
Start a family. So, in your opinion, what's the best thing would you say about Whit Lane?
I would say the people are not really about the best thing about Whit Lane now.
Yeah. Well, thanks anyway. Thanks for your time.
Welcome.
What was your first impression of Whit Lane?
Well, it was terrible when I moved here.
Yeah,
it was a lot of trouble. Yeah, I was less about kids was here. And,
do you enjoy living on this estate now?
yeah, it's alright now. I mean, it's good. I mean,
what are the best things about it?
Everything's a chain now.
Yeah, everything's changed. Yeah. Well, it has really, hasn't it? Yeah. What's your best, what's the best things about Whit Lane and the worst things at the same time?
Most of the peoples are good here, you see.
Yeah, most of them.
The most they are all very nice really. And they're very helpful. And, especially them kids when I was moved here, the kids. They was cheeky, but now the kids, they're grown up.
Yeah,
they're grown up.
Cousin was one of them.
They're grown up in my hands, so they know the respect. They do the respect.
Yeah.
So I appreciated them now.
What's the worst things about Whit Lane?
The worst thing is that things that they need a doing up, you see, and the shops and these buildings that looks this down and it doesn't look nice, and it needs an uplift. Yeah.
Do you think that the young people around here are growing up positively, or they're not growing up right?
I think they are better than before. They are, because they have a respect for elders, and I think that's a good thing. That once they have a respect for elders, then they will grow up in a better way. Yeah. They should do it more. It's alright, getting better.
Are you planning to keep on living on Whit Lane, or do you think about relocating this?
Well, I do want to stay here. I want to stay because everybody's know me here, you see, so and there's no hassle to now. I mean, to move on.
Well, the park, like when you're bored, just go chilling there with a few of my friends, play a game of man on, funny game. Youth centre, it's good to play pool, ping pong, play with a DJ, and they bring more stuff in to play with. They're the points about the good things, I say.
When I first moved round here, the houses were brand new, the house that I moved into, and they were lovely. The streets were clean, all the streets were lit up.
Yeah. You could leave your doors open.
Yeah.
I lived on the Masonettes and it was fantastic back in the day there. Which, like I say, I've moved there. I've always lived on Whit Lane.
You knew who your neighbours were, didn't you?
Oh,
You don't
friendly
even know now.
neighbours, street parties,
No one
everything.
bothers with anybody anymore.
No, all keep themselves to themselves. It's because it's like you say, everybody's worried about everything these days, aren't they? Them days, you didn't seem to have as many worries as we do nowadays.
What was your first impressions of Whit Lane, you know, when you first moved around it? Or when you first started moving about?
Alright, because you used to do a party in the park nearly every year.
What do you enjoy about living on New Estate?
All my friends live on New Estate.
Yeah. What do you think are the best and the worst things about it?
Best is got park with kids and nice estate and that. Worst is some of the people who live on it.
Years ago it was good, wanted to live round here. You entertained yourself, you used to play British Bulldog in the park, Rally Evo, Knock a Door Run. You name it, we done it.
Yeah, we used to entertain ourselves, didn't
Always
we?
found something to do, build dens. Used to go bonfire, collecting bonfire wood. None of that's in these days anymore.
Bike riding, swimming.
Yeah.
The gang of us would get on a bus, go
Everything,
swimming.
yeah.
You can't do it these days. You can't let your kids do it.
Anyway, you can't. Once it's dark, can't let them out. You're paranoid and panicking.
There's nothing round here for the kids to do. There's no street lights.
It wasn't much when we was young, but I'd say there's a lot more then than there is now. We had the odd youth club in the days and things like that, but nothing now after to what we had when we was kids.
How long have you lived on Whit Lane, Joe?
About 6 years.
Yeah. What was it like when you first moved round here?
It was quite violent and harsh, but now it's got a bit better with people being friendly.
Yeah. So, do you think that Whit Lane's changed and that? Do you think it's got way better or has it got worse?
It's got a bit better, and the community's got more things like to do when you've got free time.
Yeah. Was it better then or now?
No.
So you say it's better now. In what ways was it better now than what it was?
Because people are more friendly.
Yeah.
Get on with most people.
It's always good then, isn't it? What do you feel about the way Whit Lane's changed over the time that you've lived here?
It's changed quite good, but I wouldn't say it's the best that it's been.
Lived on Whit Lane?
31 years.
What
a
was?
minute, yeah, we have 31.
So, what was it like when you first moved round here?
Well, I can't really complain, it was alright to me.
Do you think it's changed over the time that you've lived here? Or do you think it's...
No, because I've not had any problems on all the years I've lived here.
How long have you lived in Whit Lane?
35 years.
What was it like when you first moved round Whit Lane?
Well,
How do you think it's changed?
it's not really, it's not that bad at all. I don't think it's that bad, it's a good community spirit.
What are your hopes for the future of Whit Lane?
Better facilities for my kids.
So to finish off, in your opinion, what is the best thing about Whit Lane?
Community spirit, you know everybody knows everybody else.
Right, thank you for the interview.
Well, Whit Lane's changed a lot, and I think it's a lot better now. But it was run down in the past and trying to get it demolished, but I don't think they should. Oh, we've just pulled together, haven't we? It's just been run down, we're all dead close. The youth club's part of it, because they all go in there and we're all dead close in the youth club. We've come closer as a community.